"Mom, you have to do something. Go to City Hall and complain." The voice next door dropped for a moment, then rose again, loud enough for me to hear the end of his rant. "Put you out of business." "Stop harping." Victoria Llewellyn's gravelly cough interrupted her tirade. "I don't see Carissa's shop as competition. We can work together with enough business to go around. I've already discussed collaborating with her on a few items." "If you don't believe she'll steal your customers, you're blind." A door slammed. "If you won't do something about it, I will." Over the past 2 weeks, I'd heard the same cringy argument nearly every day. I had a hard time concentrating as I tried to tame my shop into some semblance of organization before my grand opening. I turned up the music to drown out their ongoing bickering. My aromatherapy shop wouldn't steal customers from Victoria's candle shop. Our products complemented each other, but Russ Llewellyn refused to listen to reason. Bright sunlight made the pastel-hued glass jars glow on the shelves in front of me. I arranged them by color in the front window of Aromatherapy Apothecary. The display was meant to entice customers at the shop's grand opening in 2 days. In the meantime, there were more than enough last-minute details to keep me working late into the night. The bells on Mystic Valley Candle's door jangled like they were angry at the world. Russ stopped in front of my window, saw me standing there, and punched his fist toward me. A dark scowl cut through his bushy black brows, and his beefy face and neck turned a mottled red. I jumped and knocked a jar off the shelf. The sound of glass shattering on the polished concrete floor echoed through the store. When I looked up from the mess, he was staring at me. My heart stopped. I couldn't shake the feeling that nothing but hatred filled the man's soul. He sneered, then turned and stomped down the street toward City Hall. I'd done nothing he could complain about that would jeopardize my business. Still, I worried he might fabricate something that could postpone my opening. The scent of lavender spread throughout my shop as I carefully wiped up fragments of glass that scattered across the floor. Sweet almond oil infused with lavender had splashed on the wall, the legs of the tables, and in a growing circle on the floor. I didn't have time to make sure all the grease was cleaned from the floor, but the last thing I could afford or want was for someone to slip and fall. Insurance was much more expensive than I'd expected, especially without placing a claim the very day I opened. I'd planned to fit in time distilling a new batch of lavender essential oils. I wanted to tinker with my celebration blend for the grand opening, but the cleanup was taking up a lot of the time I'd allotted for those tasks. When the last shard of glass had been wiped up and my floor felt squeaky clean, a soft knock sounded on the locked adjoining door that separated my shop from Mystic Valley Candles. I stood and brushed a tendril of curly raven black hair that had escaped the elastic band holding my thick ponytail away from my face. Droplets of perspiration dotted my moon-shaped face despite the air conditioning that hummed. It was much too hot for early April, and I worried about what summer held for the small town of Oak Creek Valley in Southern California.